Hello, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. It's time for Taroscopes again, this time the Taroscopes for the month of December 2021. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you have a lot of planets in the ninth house, or perhaps you're a Pluto in Sagittarius, born between 1983, 84 until 2008, Pluto in Sagittarius. So, um, yeah. So let's see. Let's look at the astrology first. Now, of course, December is a big month for Sagittarius because the sun is in Sagittarius for the month, most of the month of December. It shifts into Capricorn on the 22nd, I believe, this year. The 21st. So the sun is moving through that first house for you in Sagittarius. The sun moving through Sagittarius, brings up people's generous spirit, exaggeration. Things are exaggerated. Things are bigger. Things are jolly. And then once the sun moves into Capricorn, they say that's when you look at your credit card bill and what you spent, with all this generosity. Now you have to pay the piper, right? So, but that sun through the first house there, the sun through Sagittarius brings out not just your own Sagittarian qualities, but the Sagittarian qualities in other people as well. And so it's important to be aware of that and know that, things do come around. Now you're going to have a new moon in Sag. So the new moon in Sag, is talks about, and that's on the 4th, kind of talks about moving forward and into new beginnings. And in that first house, it's like a new me. But it is conjunct, because it's an eclipse, it's a conjunct the south node of the moon. So it brings in that eclipse energy, and it brings in the energy of letting go. So there maybe are some things about the way you see yourself, or the way you express yourself, or perhaps how you maybe give too much away or too much out, that you're going to come to some sort of realization that uh, that that old Sagittarius, blank Sagittarius, put your name there, is done, and there's a new Sagittarius in town. But it is going to require you to, be willing to, um, just whatever belief you have about yourself. The South Node has been in Sagittarius for um, about 17 months. And so the south node of the moon is what we need to release, and we have to release Sagittarius things, which is probably hardest on Sagittarius because there are parts of themselves that they have to release that, on some level, get in the way, I guess, of moving to a new level or a higher level, or like a belief that you have to be willing to let go of in order to, it could be a self-limiting belief. What beliefs do you have about yourself that limit you? um Maybe that's what you need to let go of. But there's definitely, beliefs that we've had to let go of as Sagittarius. So it hasn't been easy. And Sagittarius can be very forthright and very, principled. And it's almost as if principles go out the window and anybody can say anything and they're considered, like an expert. And you're like, but wait a minute, you don't have the wisdom to be an expert. You're just spouting stuff. It could be that as well. So it's hard. It's been hard for you guys, and I can appreciate that. Um, we do have Venus making a conjunction to Pluto right before it goes retrograde in Capricorn. This is your house of money, Sagittarius. So with Capricorn, with Venus in Capricorn, and then moving retrograde through that house, there's going to be a reconsideration of your money. your resources, um, an evaluation of your resources, not necessarily negatively, but really evaluate what you have and where you stand and where that can take you on the next step, right? I mean, you accrue certain things so that you can take the next step. When you get caught up in the acquisition of what you've accrued, sometimes it prevents you from taking the next step. So, this is going to be an opportunity um, to evaluate that. To evaluate that. And we have Jupiter at the end of the month is going to be moving into Pisces again. And for you, Sagittarius, that is your home. Um, you also have to be careful with Jupiter in Pisces moving through a house that already has Neptune and Pisces in it, of flooding, unexpected flooding. So be aware of that. That could be something that comes up towards the end of of December, but then into at least the first 5 months um, of 2022, because Jupiter is going to be in Pisces until May something or other. I don't know the exact date. So watch out for that. So that's what I want to say astrologically. Wasn't complete. I mean, if you want to know what's actually happening every day, you can tune in to me every morning, when I go around wherever in my yard, or if I have an opportunity to get out and you get to see something different. Do my astrology. So, all right, let's take a look at. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. This is a deck that I just adore. It's light, very light. There's a humor about it. And, things have been so dire and such. I think, especially for you, Sag, you could use a little fun. So I'm picking one of my funnest decks to do the Sagittarius reading. You guys really do deserve some fun. Let me tell you, it has been a slog. It really has. And, you guys are so intelligent and smart, and just sitting around watching people be dopey is not a comfortable thing, and it kind of breaks your heart a little bit. So, oops, I almost dropped them. These are very easy to shuffle, almost too easy. The ones I did before were too hard. Now these are too easy. Yeah, so you guys need some fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands. This is, oh God, this is such a Sagittarius card. It's actually an Aries card when you connect it to the Kabbalah, but just the imagery here is such a Sagittarius card. Here's this woman sort of sitting on the ground. Sagittarius is very connected to the earth. Sagittarius is the ruler of the wild places. So you have a deep, abiding connection with Mother Nature. So this woman sits on the floor with a globe in front of her, and a travel book with a beetle there, with the Volkswagen van, um, and she's looking out the window from high up, a high perspective, right, to see where her next adventure is going to be. So that's where you're at, Sagittarius. You're like, whew, it's been tough, and you're looking out to the future, and you have this other staff here against the wall. In this case, in this deck here, it's leaning against the wall. This is stuff you can depend on, stuff you can lean on, information, knowledge. You have all of it, and you want to take your knowledge on the road. And that's, I think, what this is about for you, Sagittarius. I think it's time to take all that knowledge that you have and really put it out there. Really take that step forward and really live your wisdom. Live your wisdom. What challenges it? A relationship. A relationship challenges it. A commitment maybe that you made to somebody. An agreement. A choice. It's all in the choice that you make. You can always choose differently. When you get the information that you need, when whatever it is filled up enough, you can always do it differently. What's at the root? The Ace of Wands. Beautiful card. Oh my God. This is so powerful. This is one of the most powerful of the minor arcanas. Aces are very, very powerful. But the Ace of Fire, this is spirit itself. This is our connection to those things that make us aspire. And you're a Sag. That's what you do. You aspire. In the past, we have the Five of Pentacles. You've been through some really challenging, physically demanding experiences. It could be a health experience. It could be a financial problem in the past. You know what it's like not to have. You know what that feels like. And it doesn't feel good. And yet, from that, you've come to this place. A lot of that, those challenges, those that either lack or that deprivation that you have experienced in the past has informed your wisdom. It has informed your wisdom. You have walked in other people's moccasins. You know what it's like to have lost and to feel bad and to not have. But it's created the person and the wisdom that you have now. And in the sky is the Star card, an aspirational card. Reach for the stars, Sagittarius. Reach for the stars. Reach for what feeds your spirit, your Ace of Wands at the root. What feeds your spirit? Make a different choice. Oh my goodness, the immediate future, the Ten of Cups. Yikes. That's a good yikes, by the way. Your dreams come true. Your dreams come true. There's enough for everyone. Love for everyone. Love. You know, the Ten of Cups doesn't necessarily mean you have all your physical your physical needs met, or your physical appetites met. Your physical needs get met, yes, but your appetites. The Ten of Cups is about a pouring down of love, loving of self, loving of others. It's about love. You have to love yourself too, right? How other people see you, Eight of Pentacles, hard worker. Hard worker. Always diligently at your desk, doing your thing. Doing your thing. Very diligent. In the domestic situation, we have the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. You know, sometimes your heart is broken, and sometimes you're the one who has to do the breaking. It is, especially if you are somebody who has issues around abandonment, it's especially hard to be the one who has to break, or as you see it, break somebody's heart. But it's really breaking your own, breaking it open to free yourself and to experience love in a better way. You know, a lot of times we feel pain when we reach our limit. And then we have to break through that limit. Something has to go, something has to pop, something has to go, has to break open in order for more growth to happen. And that's what these cards are saying. And for some of you, it may be that you get your heart broken, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's you finally say enough is enough, and I'm not going to make this choice anymore. And it's going to come from, and what it's going to engender, what it's going to bring in, is more love, more healing, more opening up. Hopes and fears, the Five of Swords. You don't want to be unfair. You want to be, you don't. So you hope that people don't think of you or see you as the problem, or the to get blamed for everything, perhaps. And I think that's a belief that you have about yourself, maybe. Maybe you think that if you did that, you would be a terrible person. But, why suffer if you don't have to suffer, right? The outcome, the Eight of Cups. You're going to turn your back on something you've put a lot of energy into, a lot of emotional energy, Sagittarius. And you're going to let it go. You're going to leave it behind because it's no longer fulfilling. And you need to be fulfilled. You have the right. A Sagittarius without a spiritual guidepost or without a goal or an aspiration. A Sagittarius without an aspiration might as well not be around, really, right? I mean, you need that. You need that. So fire yourself up. Have the aspiration. No matter how much emotional energy you've put into a situation, sometimes it's time to leave that so you can grow and they can grow. Let's see if we can get a major arcana. Yes, we can. The Temperance. This guy is so cute. Oh my goodness. The Temperance Angel. Looks a little like, let's see, where is it? It's a little like Brad Pitt. It's got that energy, but a little, there we go. Yeah, not Brad Pitt. But certainly somebody coming in with, heal you with your eyes kind of thing. But it is a healing. It's a healing. It's a balancing. It's temperance. It's the Sagittarius card. This reading is asking you to be your Sagittarius self. Optimistic, aspirational, going on a journey, getting out of fear, and letting go of beliefs that maybe you can't have what you, I don't know, it's something. I think the other thing that this talks about is that it's your choice. In other words, it's up to you. You choose what you want to do. And if you're not doing it, it's because you're choosing not to do it. And maybe it's time to make another choice. But it's up to you. You're in charge of yourself. You're in charge of yourself. Okay. Let's do I'm going to pull a Crystal Ally card for my fire signs. I happen to have them right over here. So let me I have to just put a couple of cards in the right direction. Okay. So I'm only going to pick one, and this is going to be for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising. What crystal is speaking to the Sagittariuses? What crystal? And you could even, if you're a Sagittarius, you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, you could, as long as it's not too expensive of a crystal, you could actually do an experiment. Oh, Moonstone. Moonstone. This is actually, moonstones are very reasonable. So you could get a nice piece of moonstone and work with this energy. Moonstone is about phases, it's about cycles. The moon changes, it waxes and wanes. There are times when things are good, there are times when things are growing, and there are times when you have to let go. So the question is, what phase are you in? What place in your life? Is this a building phase, or is this time to let go of things, right? Is it time to let go so that you can move on to the next phase of your life? Or is it a new beginning for you? Where are you in this? This is actually a air card. It's an air card, so it has the energy of air. And let me grab the book, and I will read it to you. Um, just had it. Hold on 1 second. I have to find the book. 1 minute. Okay, so it says Moonstone Cycles. The chakras associated with this are Anja, which is the third eye, and Sarasara, the crown. And your affirmation is, I move through the cycles of my life with joy and acceptance. When Moonstone shines her beauty upon you, you are being asked to reflect upon the movement in your life. In the situation you are considering, what part of the cycle are you in at the moment? Are you at the beginning, the planting stage, where the seed is just being set? Or has the seed already grown into a young plant, which you are nurturing and helping to grow? Or are you at the harvest, where the fruit has come and is ready to be gathered? Perhaps you are moving to a fallow period, when you are resting and integrating what you have learned from the other cycles. Everything in your life has its cycle. Attempting to reap what you have just sown is not realistic. There needs to be a period of growth before the fruit can come to harvest. Alternately, when you need time to turn inward and rest, attempting to plant and grow a new aspect of your life is not fruitful. Moonstone is calling you to explore which part of the cycle you are currently in and to take the appropriate action. Both Moonstone and the wind element is telling you to honor the current cycle of your life so that you can live more fully through joy. So it's about really accepting where you're at, being joyful in that, and then a willingness to move with the cycles, to change with the cycles. Moonstone. It's of course associated with the moon too. So it is a wind element gem in this deck, but it is definitely connected to your feelings and your emotions. And you have an eclipse in your sun sign. That first house, a rebirth of who you are. But first you need to let go of the old self. You need to let go of the old self so that you can be reborn into the new self. You deserve every happiness and every dream to come true, and you can do it if you believe. All right, guys. Have yourself a most wonderful month of December. I hope you enjoyed this. Share it with people if you found it helpful. If there's a Sagittarius in your life you want to share this with, please feel free. I am seeing appointments for astrology and Kabbalah in December. I have some availability. And at the beginning of the year, I'm going to just raise my prices a little bit, not too much, but costs have gone up for me, so I need to do that. And I need to get rid of that tree in my yard. I'm sorry, guys. But all of you who see me like have to move through it and climb over it every day can appreciate why, I'd like to maybe make some furniture out of it instead of have it just sit in the middle of the yard. Yeah, so So share, and and um, and I will, like I said, I'll be raising my prices. So if you want to get the 2021 prices, um, then you can book now for next year if you want. So we could do that as well. So whatever works. So have yourself a great holiday season. Much love from us at the Seeds of Transformation. Me at the Seeds of Transformation. Take care, everyone. Ciao.